Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 73 of Wrestling with Brent. Um, be talking about the big AEW pay-per-view that was, over the weekend. It was very good, great. I think it was one of AEW's best shows ever. I really enjoyed it. Um, I put this right up there with All Out. Just took place recently. I thought this was just as good, uh, if not better, in some ways. I really liked it. Also, I'm going to be talking about. I'll circle back and go in depth on the pay per view. Also, I'll go in depth on Dynamite and Rampage, and I also want to go in depth on the GCW shows. GCW had two shows running over the weekend on back-to-back nights. They were very good. I really enjoyed them. GCW continues to be killing it on the indie scene. Uh, yeah. Also, and I just want to make mention this really quickly. Ring of Honor, uh, their TV show they had Saturday saw the return of Caprice Coleman, the announcer for Ring of Honor, actually wrestle. That's where he basically is a wrestler, but I've never got to see him wrestle much. Uh, but always liked his promos and the clips I saw of him on the internet. I liked the match he had on this Ring of Honor show. I thought it was good. You know, a good TV match. I liked it. So it was great to finally see Caprice Coleman wrestle. Super talented guy. He's really smart, can wrestle. Seems like a nice, good guy. And he's a really good commentator. He's also a really good wrestler. And he cuts good promos. So that was cool to see. Uh, and really quickly, speaking of Ring of Honor, before I get into the AEW stuff, it also come out a couple of days ago that Jonathan Gresham, you know him, the Octopus, has announced he's starting his own wrestling promotion uh, called Terminus. Terminus. I don't know how you spell Terminus. I don't know how you say it. Uh, so good for him. That should be interesting. If there's anybody that can start up a company and have it do something, it'd be him. Man, he's a great wrestler. Uh, I was really excited. He was in GCW recently. Hope he comes back there more, and I also hope he comes to AEW. Uh, that would be huge. He's a great wrestler. I love to watch him wrestle. Yep. So there's that. Now, just to give you my quick thoughts on the pay per view. I thought this was a really good pay per view. I really liked it. I thought it was good, just as good, if not better, than Full Gear. And I give it a 9 out of 10, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I said it's one of the best shows is really because the way uh, Tony Khan had all the matches, uh, like, which match goes on next. Uh, you know, the first match that happened was a banger. I mean, you started out with Darby Allin versus MJF, great match, loved it, and then the next match you turn around and it was a great match. It was Lucha Bros and FTR. I mean, you had both of those matches back to back, and both of the matches was great. Uh, you know, and really the third match is very good too. The Bryan Danielson match. I mean, he's been killing it in AEW, and you had that match follow up the tag match. So I mean, the first three matches, I mean, back to back to back was just wow. I mean, what a great card, Um, yeah. Also, another thing I said that makes this show interesting is that we had a big title change. Uh, Adam Page, the new champion, which I'm okay with. Me personally, uh, I would have liked for Kenny. I was pulling for Kenny Omega to retain. Not that I don't like Hangman Page. I like him. I'm a fan of his. He's from Virginia, where I'm from. I'm a fan of his. He's a local boy. It's been great to see him grow and evolve here in AEW and him getting his other start, watching him in Impact and other places. So I really like him. Uh, but I just thought Kenny Omega was such a good heel and such a good champion for AEW. He's been so good, so consistent, just constantly putting on great matches consistently and great promos and just being a real douchebaggery heel. I just really enjoyed it. Him as a heel. Uh, him not even when he wouldn't even defend the title, just having good matches. I mean, that match he had over in Impact with Sammy Callahan was a great match. Uh, that match he had recently on Rampage, which I'm gonna talk about later on in the match with him and his second match with him and Alan Angels. Was a great match. I know there was a lot of controversy with that. A lot of people didn't like it, because he went so long with him. But I personally enjoyed the match. I thought it was very good. Um, so I just thought Kenny Omega was on such a rare roll as a champion. I wouldn't have took the belt off him just yet. But I can understand why. At the same time, I can see why. It's no secret. Everybody kind of knew uh, Adam Page was going to be a champion one way or another. It was going to happen. Uh, and everybody was complaining much ago, why is he in the title picture and why is he in the Dark Order and blah, 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 blah. But also, he took some time off recently when he had his kid, so maybe AEW now feels it's the perfect time to do it, They've been around for, 2 or 3 years now, and he hadn't been a champion yet, so I guess they figured now's a good time. I mean, if it's reports to be believed, it was reported by Dave Meltzer that Kenny Omega's hurt, he's got elbow problems or something like that. His arms or whatever, or just in bad shape, whatever that it means. Uh, so maybe this is the perfect time to do it. If Kenny Omega's hurt and banged up, it's going to take time off. Why not go ahead and give it to Hangman? Uh, this would be could elevate Hangman, because Hangman's been a very good wrestler for years. He's good, super talented. I don't mind his promos; they're pretty good. I don't even mind his drunk character. I like that. I like his t-shirts are pretty cool with some of his sayings. He's got a presence about him. When he walks, in a room, he's on TV. You kind of pay attention to what's going on. You just kind of can't help but notice him. He has that kind of presence, that kind of charisma. Um, but he never. If you know what I'm talking about, he just never. If you've been following wrestling over the last few years, seems like he's very good, but he's just like not like quite to a main event champion status yet. Must see, must watch everything he does type of status. Maybe him getting this title from Kenny Omega, maybe this will start getting him really going and get him to that main event level. Uh, I mean, he's liable to have some good championship matches, coming up and have some good feuds, right? I mean, you would think. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with him. Also, another reason why I said make this pay per view so good was we had a little bit of surprise. Had a surprise signing. They announced it during the pay per view, and they Tony Schiavone bought him out, and I was very shocked. It was the franchise, Jay Lethal, formerly of Ring of Honor. He was in Ring of Honor. He was in Impact as Black Machismo. Uh, and I'll admit this, years ago, when I first started watching Ring of Honor, uh, I would watch highlights and start watching, watch a couple matches here and there. And I would see Jay Lethal, and I liked his matches pretty good, but I couldn't really get into his promos. I just it's like, his promos are kind of cringy with him. In my opinion, that's my first, initial first time hearing him on the mic. But I always liked his matches. And over the years, he's just such a good wrestler. His promos has gotten better. He does have charisma. He does have personality. He can do promos, and they're pretty good. Uh, but even though his promos aren't the best, you can kind of give it to him. He just wins you over the more you watch him wrestle. He's just such a great wrestler. Puts on really good matches. Very technical. He's just such a good wrestler. Just something about watching his matches. He just makes you want to keep watching him. Once you watch him wrestle, he's just that good of a wrestler. You want to see what he does next. Um, and he won me over as a fan, just the more you watch him wrestle, I mean, you just can't deny him. He's just a great wrestler. To have him to come in AEW and challenge Sammy Guevara for the title, that was awesome. And it's going to be on the next Dynamite episode Wednesday, tonight, I should say. So that's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. Can't wait for the match. He did say he is officially signed to AEW, so he is all elite, so that's huge. That's amazing. I really wasn't expecting AEW to get him, so that was great. Uh, Props for Jay Lethal. He's going to do really great, and AEW going to do some great things. Now, I hope Tony Khan goes after more Ring of Honor people. I hope he brings in the Briscoes. Yes, AEW's tag team division is loaded, despite what Jim Cornette says. They have the best tag team division in wrestling, in my opinion. But, I mean, you can't go off adding the Briscoes. I mean, it's money. I mean, could you imagine the promos they would have in AEW? I mean, them against the Young Bucks, them against FTR. I mean, Jesus, it'd be awesome. So, yep. Even not even just the tag team stuff, but just imagine Jay Lethal solo having a solo match against somebody like a Malachi Black or a John Moxley or Eddie Kingston. I mean, that would be fire. I mean, man, wow. Uh, so, yep. Like I said, it was a very good pay per view. I really liked it. Like I said, I give it a 9 out of 10. Um, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and go with the pay-per-view first, since I was already talking about that. Then I'll circle back and do Rampage, then Dynamite, and then uh, the GCW shows. All right. Uh, so the first match, we also had the kickoff show match, and I liked it. I thought it was a good match. It was a women's match, uh, and Hikaru Shida won that. But it was a good match. I liked it. I loved seeing Thunder Rosa. I love Thunder Rosa. She's one of my favorites. I love you, Thunder Rosa. If you're watching the video, hey, I love you. You're awesome. Uh, you're great. I love you. Uh, yep. So, hope Thunder Rosa sees and hears that. Yep. Now, so it was a good opening match, a good kickoff match. I liked it. Hikaru Shida got the win uh, for their team. Um, Now on to the main card. The first match we opened up with a banger was Darby Allin versus MJF. I really liked this match. I thought it was very good. I liked the pacing of it. I was just into the whole match. Uh, at the very beginning of the match, Darby Allin and MJF got into like a small package cradle hold. That kept reversing on each other, and they kept doing it one right after the other, and it literally looked like Donkey Kong or Super Mario, like Donkey Kong, like the barrel rolls. That's what it looked like, and it was awesome. It went back on for like at least 2 or 3 minutes. It was awesome. I've never seen anything like that before during a wrestling match. In all my years watching wrestling, I pretty much watched wrestling my whole life, and I've never seen anything like it. I was really, really cool. I really liked that part of the match. This match had a lot of technical holds in it. Um, it just was a really good match. Um, MJF and Darby have really good chemistry in the ring. Uh, it's just a really good match. I really liked it. Um, it ended up being MJF hit Darby with the dynamite diamond ring, and then he hit a headlock takeover and got the 1, 2, 3. So MJF got the win. Uh, Team Taz is watching from the skybox. Apparently, I believe Brian Cage is injured, so that's why the Team Taz match got pulled from the pay per view. But I could be wrong, but maybe if I remember hearing or seeing that. Yeah. But anyway, really good for opening match. Great match. MJF got the win. I was a little disappointed that MJF got the win, but to be honest, MJF needed to win more than Darby Allin did. Darby Allin can lose and it still won't hurt him none. MJF needs to win more big matches. I know that sounds weird because it doesn't seem like he loses very much, but the matches he has lost, they've been big matches. Um, so yeah. But either, like I said, I'm a fan of both wrestlers. I like both wrestlers, so whoever wins, I was gonna be happy with, and MJF got the win. But it was a really good competitive match. I liked it. Uh, Next, we had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match: Lucha Brothers versus FTR. I had picked FTR to win the match. I had also picked MJF to beat Darby. Uh, I was hoping Darby would have beat him. So I got that first one right. Um, This was a good tag match. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like the ending. How one of the FTRs used the mask to get a distraction, but their heels and did pull me like a little distraction. Uh, but even with the distraction, the Lucha Bros still managed to get the victory in a really good tag match. I really liked it. Lucha Bros is still the tag team champions. I was very surprised by that. But I was glad they won. I'm a fan of both teams, though. I like both teams. But I was pulling for the Lucha Brothers. They're just my favorite tag team. I love to watch them wrestle. Uh, yep. But I picked FTR to win. Even though I was pulling for Lucha Brothers, I thought FTR was going to become the new tag champions, but I was wrong. Lucha Brothers got the win. They're still the champions. Very good match. And the closing ending, that Fear Factor and one of them jumped, fake Phoenix jumping off the rope and jumping on his back and then hitting it. That was awesome. Yep, great. So great match. I loved it. Lucha Bros still the champions. Next, we had another match I was really looking forward to. It was the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament final match. Bryan Danielson versus Miro. If you remember, Miro replacing John Moxley. This was a very good match. I really liked it. Wasn't surprised that it was going to be a good match. I figured it'd be as good. Bryan Danielson's been amazing since he came to AEW. In my opinion, he's even better now than he was when he was in WWE. Uh, so is Miro, formerly Rusev, and I was always a fan of Rusev in WWE. He's even better now, as himself, Miro in AEW. Since it was a really good, hard-fought match, I liked it. I liked the end. I like how Danielson got in the guillotine choke off the top rope and Miro just kind of tapped out, like his best, and knocked him out. And I like how Miro tapped out in the guillotine choke. So I liked it. It was one of them ends that happened so fast you didn't really realize like what was going on. Uh, so I liked the end and I thought it was good. But so it ended up Miro tapped out in a guillotine choke. Brian Danielson got the win. A very good match. The next match was a Falls Count Anywhere match, 6-man tag team match. I had picked Danielson to beat Miro, so I got that another one right. Brian Danielson won. The next match was Christian Cage of Jurassic Express versus Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Uh, I had picked Christian Cage of Jurassic Express to get the win, and I was right. Christian Cage of Jurassic Express got the win, although I was still kind of shocked that they beat him. Uh, Yeah, but this was a really fun match. I really liked it. It had a lot of, the same Young Bucks doing the crazy stuff and Jungle Boy doing crazy stuff, Lucha Stores doing crazy stuff. So it was a really good, fun match. I liked it. It was a good match. I liked it. Uh, Crazy Cage, Jungle Boy, Lucha Stores got the win, so it was a good match. I liked it. The next match was Pac and Cody versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Uh, yep. So I thought this was a good match. I liked it. Um, Cody Rhodes and Pac won. I believe I picked Andrade and Malachi Black to win, so I got that one wrong. I'm a fan of all four guys, so I don't care who won or lost. But every time Cody's wrestling, just where everybody else hates him so much, it seems like I'm just always pulling for Cody. Big fan of Pac as well. I've been a fan of Pac when he was in WWE as Neville. Even when he was back in NXT as known as Adrian Neville, nobody really knew who he was. I was a fan of his then. Loved his matches in. He's even better now in AEW. Fan of Andrade Idolo, and I was a fan of his in NXT. Even though I didn't think he was that good, and then back in NXT and WWE, he's even better now than he was in WWE. In my opinion, just by the matches he's had, he's just did a really good job. He's a really good wrestler. Could have really good matches. Malachi Black's awesome. He was great as Aleister Black in NXT and WWE, and he's even better as Malachi Black. Just a really good, fun match. It was awesome. I loved it. So I liked it. Uh, every time Cody wrestles, he's going to have a good match. It's going to be interference and, things happen on the outside, drama, for Cody Rhodes match. He has some dramatic moments, uh, which is fine with me. I like that kind of stuff. So, especially when it's done right, and Cody always does it, right. Uh, but Cody Rhodes and Pac got the win. After the match, Cash Wheeler and Tully Blanchard to run down uh, and beat down Pac and Cody. Yep. Uh, Next, we had the AEW Women's World Championship match, Britt Baker versus Ty Conti. I thought this was a really good women's match. I thought this was one of the best women's matches AEW's ever had. Thought Britt Baker did a good job. Ty Conti did a really good job, probably the best match she's ever had. And ever since she's been in AEW, she just gets better and better every week, it seems like. There was a couple times I thought Britt Baker, Ty Conti was going to get the win, a big upset win. But she didn't. It was a very hard fought match, very competitive women's championship match, and Britt Baker retained and got the win. So Britt Baker's still the champion. Uh, so I thought it was a really good match. I really liked it, and I'm surprised a lot of people want to say this, but I've really enjoyed the AEW's women's division. It's really gotten better as a whole over the last year or so. They've really improved. I know a lot of people still hate on it. A lot of people crap on the women, but whatever. I think they're good, and I think they've gotten better. As times went on. So props on. Kenny Omega, who's supposedly running the division, and all the women are working hard and training everything and putting on good matches for the women's division. Props, they've upped their game with me. They've really improved their women's division, so I really like it. So, yep. Uh, and like I said, just to admit this really quickly, uh, WWE has been awful as of late, getting worse week by week. Um, and the only thing I really watch on WWE anymore is the women, like whatever the women are doing. I watch all the women, and I skip all the men stuff just because I don't care about the storylines and everything. I just so terrible what they're doing for all the men. Uh, yep, but I think AEW's division is right up there with WWE's women's division, if not better. I really like it. So, yeah, just my personal opinion. Yep. So, really good title match. Next match was CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. I thought this was a good match. I liked it. It went pretty much the way I thought it would go. Kingston gave him a good little fight. It had more of a fight instead of an actual match. But that's Kingston's style. This was a good match. I liked it. Punk got the hit the GTS. I got the 1, 2, 3. So Punk beat Eddie Kingston, but it was a good match. I liked it. They both made it interesting in the match. Eddie Kingston just, so fiery, just so, in your face, flipping each other off, that was just really mad at each other. Uh, yep, so really good match. I liked it for what it was a good match. CM Punk got the win. After that, Punk offered a handshake, but Kingston ignored it, left the ring. Next with the Minneapolis Street Fight. It is like was Man of the Year and American Top Team. I didn't know how this match was going to be. I've actually enjoyed this feud, the promos and stuff leading up to it. I thought it's been pretty good. WWE does stuff like this all the time, so it's okay for AEW to do it. I'm glad AEW is trying to do something different. I like what they're doing with this feud, having the MMA guys over. Dan Lambert, like I said, has been a big fan of his. He's been great with the promos every week. He's been great on the mic. Uh, Paige Van Zant. And they've all been great on the mic. Jericho going back and forth on the mic. Lately it's just been fire. Uh, so let's see how this match is going to do. And this didn't disappoint. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed these a lot of weapons. Dan Lambert looked ridiculous on the really stupid blue tracksuit attire. Just being extra douchey, and it came off really funny and slimy, and I just liked it. Uh, it was funny, so I liked it. I thought it was a good match. Uh, Jericho hit a Bray Amigo and a frog splash and covered Dan Lambert 1, 2, 3. I liked it in how Jericho looked up and pointed and said, "I love you, Eddie," because uh, during his pay per view was the Eddie Guerrero's 16th anniversary of his death. So out throughout the night, several wrestlers did a bunch of his moves during the matches and paid tribute to Eddie. So yeah, so I thought that was a cool way to end the match. Uh, so so got the win. So it's a very good match. I liked it. Um, Next, Tony Schiavone is on stage. He introduces AEW's new assignment, Jay Lethal. Like I said, that was awesome. Uh, so then we have the main event, the AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. I thought this was a very good match. I really liked it. Um, eventually Kenny took out Hangman Page. Albert was running down to make the count and got involved as the new referee. Young Bucks eventually come out. Towards the end, they basically signaled to Adam Page. They nodded to him, basically get him approval to hit Kenny, and they didn't necessarily stop it. Hangman Page pinned Kenny Omega and beat him. With a buckshot to Omega filing got the 1, 2, 3. Hangman Page is new champion. So the Bucks have seemingly it looked like it's turned on Omega. So that's interesting. We'll have to see where that goes. But yeah, like I said, Hangman's the new champion, and I'm okay with that. We'll see how he does, but I think he'll be a good champion. Kenny Omega's been a great champion, so I love the match, and it was a great way to close the show. Great main event, close of a great show. Like I said, I have no complaints with this show. I really enjoyed the whole show. I thought it was great, one of the best shows I've ever done. 9 out of 10. Loved the pay per view, so great show. I loved it. Yep, 9 out of 10 for 4 gear. So yep, that's my review of that. Now, real quickly on to Dynamite from last Wednesday. I thought this was a really good show as well. The opening match, we had Brian Danielson versus Rocky Romero from New Japan. I thought it was a very good match. Fan of Rocky Romero, I always liked him in New Japan as a commentator, and also he raps in real life, and also he wrestles and raps and commentates and trains. He's a super talented guy. But they had a really good match. Brian Danielson beat him, made him tap out, so Brian Danielson got the win. Next, we had the Inner Circle and American Top Team doing promo to get on the ramp for the match for the pay per view, and it was good. I liked it. Next, we had a trios match. Dr. Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel vs. Ty Conti and Adrian Ponderosa. I liked the match. Thought it was good. All the women looked beautiful, especially Ponderosa and Ty Conti. Really good match. I just love Ponderosa every time she wrestles. I love her matches. She's such a great wrestler. So talented. Seems like such a nice, good, sweet person. Just such a good wrestler. Very charismatic. You know, Ponderosa's got it all. She's just great. Um, yep. So it was a really good trios match. I liked it. Takata and Adrian Ponderosa got the win. Uh, Next match, we had Jungle Boy versus Anthony Bowens. I thought this was a good match. I liked it. Jungle Boy got the win. Uh, Bobby Fish coming after the match to attack Jungle Boy. Um, Next thing we know, the Bucks and Adam Cole are backstage, and then Bobby Fish comes up with Cole, and Bobby Fish and Cole send to reunited. You know, they was undisputed there in NXT and WWE, similar to reunited in AEW, so that's awesome. Yep. The next match is Willie Uta versus Wardlow. This was a quick squash match for Wardlow, but Willie Uta is a good wrestler. I like him. Wardlow looked good. Wardlow hadn't wrestled in forever, it seemed like. So, you know it's going to be a quick squash match. So Wardlow looked good. He got the 3, you know. So Wardlow got the win. Afterwards, the best friends are checking on Yuta in the ring as Wardlow leaves. HFO Hardy family attack. Matt Hardy attacks best friends. Uh, Hard family also been hanging out at the ring at ringside in the front row the whole time. Blade Party probably took out Willie Yuta. Matt Hardy bringing in a chair. Hardy hit Cassidy with a chair. Pulled at Cassidy's neck, hit a twist of fate on Cassidy on the chair. So I thought that was cool. I liked it. Commercial break, back from commercial. Uh, Eddie Kingston and CM Punk would cut the backstage where they were brawling in the parking lot. So that was cool. I liked that. Uh, Next match was Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty versus Dante Martin, Leo Rush. I really liked this match. I thought it was good. I'm a fan of all these wrestlers. Every time I see Dante Rush, it gets better and better. Him and Leo Rush, been a great team. Leo Rush looked awesome. I love Leo Rush. He's such a great talent, such a fun wrestler to watch. I'm a big fan of Lee Moriarty as well. Um, and Matt Sydal. Just a really good, fun tag match. I liked it. Dante Martin and Leo Rush got the win. Very good match. I really liked it. Next, we had a singles match, Pac and Dax Harwood of FTR. This was a good match. I liked it. Thought both wrestlers did good. I'm a fan of both wrestlers. Harwood's even good in singles matches. So was Will. They're just even better and good in singles matches. They're just good wrestlers, both of FTR. Um, Pac's a great wrestler as well. Pac got the win. It was a good match. I liked it. After the match, Cass Wheeler attacked Pac up to the bell. The lights come out. Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo in the ring. Uh, Lucha Bros and Cody run down to even the odds. Cody's late to the ring. Cody got a lot of boos from the crowd, of course. Uh, a big brawl sends Black Andrade and FTR out of the ring. Yep. So I like the match. I like to have it out. It's a good thing. Now Tony Schiavone's in the ring and they have the contract signing. So Omega and Paige had, good, sayings back and forth. Good little stared out, good talking. Yep. Omega signed the contract in Paige's blood. I thought that was cool. Don Callis was dressed up as a cameraman and helped Kenny attack Hangman. And like I said, Kenny signed the contract in Hangman's blood, and that's how it went off. So it's cool to see Don Callis back on TV. So it was a really good, cool way to close the show. Dynamite ended with Omega Cal standing over Paige's bloody body. So it was a really good Dynamite show. I really liked it. So a really good show. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So a really good show. I liked it. Yep. So 7.5 out of 10 for Dynamite. Now on the Rampage. Uh, So I thought it was a good show as well. Jungle Boy versus Bobby Fish. Jungle Boy got the win. It was a good match. Next match, we had a women's match. Jake Cargill versus Santana Garrett. I've been a fan of Santana Garrett for a long time now. Big fan of Jake Cargill. Both women looked beautiful. This was a quick squash match for Cargill. Jake Cargill looked good. Jake Cargill got the win. She's still undefeated in AEW. Uh, Next match, Dante Martin versus Arya Daivari. Arya Daivari used to be in the NXT in WWE. Um, I thought he actually looked really good in this match. Dante Martin looked good. I'm a fan of both of these guys. Dante Martin's great. Every time I see him wrestle, it gets better and better. Um, Dante Martin got the win. After the match, Team Taz come out to the ring. Ricky Starks says Team Taz has notified Martin he's hot. Noticed that Martin's on the hot streak and Hook has the contract to Martin. Starks tells Martin to look the contract over. So, yeah. Commercial break, back for commercial. Now the next match is Matt Hardy versus Orange Cassidy. I thought it was a good match. Matt Hardy got the win. It was a lumberjack match after the bell. The lumberjack tended to beat down best friends. Blade used the brass knuckles again, and Buddy used the brass knuckles on this Chris Statlander. Matt Hardy was standing tall in the ring, and that's how Rampage rocked the air. So like I said, this was a good show. I liked it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Good show. I liked it. So 7 out of 10 for Rampage. Another good Rampage show. I liked it. Uh, so yep. So now, like I said, AEW was just great. Awesome stuff. AEW continues to kill it week after week. Man, thank God for AEW because WWE is just awful now. Yep. Now we have the GCW read for their show over the weekend. This was GCW Evil Deeds. Uh, was the first one called. It was a really good match. I mean, a really good show. I liked it. The first match was Gringo Loco against ASF, and it was a good match. Gringo Loco beat ASF with an Avalanche Falcon Arrow that looked awesome. Uh, it was Avalanche Falcon Arrow off the top rope. It was awesome. Really cool way to close the match. I always loved the Falcon Arrow, especially off the top of it. It looks awesome. Uh, Next match was 4-4-OH. Atticus Koga, and Eddie Only against Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne. Uh, 4-4-OH won by beating the crap out of Wayne and busting him open and beating him with a move and making him tap out and all this and that. They beat the crap out of him basically. Yep. Yep. So it was a good match. I liked it. The next match was a match I was really looking forward to. Alley Catch versus Chelsea Green. Uh, It was a good match. I liked it. Alley Cat won. She beat Chelsea Green with her cast, put her crossface with it. I liked the match. It was a good match. Fan of both women. Alley Cat got the win. The next match saw the debut of Leon Ruff, former WWE star, NXT star, wrestler in GCW. And he had a good match. I always liked him. He beat Chase Burnett, Brady Lee, Cole Redrick, Spider, Nate Webb, and um, Yo-Yo, and he beat him with a backflip DDT on Burnett. So Leon Ruff got the win. His GCW debut match. It was a good match. I liked it. Fun match. Leon Ruff just always makes things fun and exciting. He's fun to watch wrestle. He's awesome. Even though he's so little, he's really good. I think it really helps him, gives him a big advantage in match, to be honest with you, him being so little. Just because he's so fast and athletic and tough and resilient. Yep, so Leon Ruff got the win. Another match was Alex Shelley against Matt Cardona. I thought this was a good match. I was glad Alex Shelley beat Matt Cardona, even though I like Matt Cardona. So it was a good match, a good way to end it. I like the finish move, the Shell Shock. It was a good match. Alex Shelley beat him with the Shell Shock finisher, got the win. Uh, Next match, I really like this match. It was basically a death match between two women wrestlers. I've never seen either one of these people win wrestling before. I'm a fan of theirs now. Fan of them both. Fan of both of the women now. They're both really good wrestlers. It's a really good match. He tried them with light twos and busted each other open. Just a really good fun match. Rita Yamashita defeated Charlie Evans with a splash finishing move. Yep, great match. I really liked it. I loved it, in fact. It was a great match. I loved it. So I really liked the match. I'm a fan of both wrestlers. Both of them wrestled their butts off. Great match. I loved it. Rita beat her. Rita Yamashita beat uh, Charlie Evans. Yeah. So now the next match was Alex Colon and Mashahi Takeda against two of my favorites, Jimmy Lloyd. Alex Colon's one of my favorites. Also, so is Jimmy Lloyd and G Raver. I've never seen Takeda before, and he's become one of my favorites as well, just by this match. This time he's done these past couple nights. My first introduction to him, and he's a great wrestler as well. Uh, Lloyd and G Raver's awesome. Just a really good, fun match. Alex Colon was awesome as always. Both teams beat the crap out of each other. They had a really good spot where uh, G Raver climbed up on like this stage they had like tarped off, and uh, G Raver did a swanton bomb off the top of it on the floor. That was awesome. Yeah, it's a really good match. I really liked it. Uh, but Takeda and Cologne got the win by double stomp. It was a really good way to end the match and a really good main event. I love this show. I thought it was really good. I give it a 8.8 out of 10. Very good show. So 8 out of 10 for GCW Evil Deeds. Now to the last show, and I'm gonna wrap this review very quickly. The next night it was the Nick Gage Invitational 6, all glass, no breaks. This was a very good show. I really liked it. Um, the first match, round one of the Nick Gage Invitational, Octagus Koga against Rina Yamashita in a death match. It was a really good match. Koga beat the crap out of Rita, but Rita hung tough and beat the crap out of him back. It was a really good match. I was pulling for Rina, even though I like Atticus Koga. Uh, but Atticus Koga beat Rina. Yep, so it was a really good match. I liked it. The next match was another was again round one of the NGI tournament, Nick Gage Invitational tournament. Charlie Evans against Kid Osborne and Slack. Charlie Evans won with a schoolboy on Osborne, schoolboy pin. Was a really good match, really good death match. I really liked it. Really good fun match. I liked it. Charlie Evans tore it up again. Uh, in back-to-back matches. Back-to-back nights, she's awesome. So is Rena. Becoming a big fan of both those women. They're both great wrestlers. Uh, the next match was another round one match. Alex Colon against Akira, and Alex Colon beat him. It was a very bloody match. I liked it. Colon used like a knife and basically cut open Akira's scalp at one point. It was pretty gruesome, but really cool. They showed it up close. It was kind of awesome in a sick but awesome way. Uh, Alex Colon beat him with a camel clutch. So it was a really good match. I liked it. The next match was another NGI round one match. It's the Ultraviolet title match. Takeda, we talked about from the night before, against Eric Ryan. Uh, and Takeda beat Eric Ryan with a bundle blast forearm. He had the light tubes attached to his arm, and he smashed him with the light tubes, with the arm punch and a light tube. Really good death match. I really liked it. Really good fun match. Takeda got the win. Really good match. And then we had a seven-way scramble match: Ninja Mac against ASF, Google Loco, Braden Lee, Colin Roderick, Yoga, and Spider Nate Webb. Uh, Ninja Mac got the win with a sunset flip on the Lee. Really good fun match. Ninja Mac continues to be one of my favorite wrestlers in the industry, one of my favorite wrestlers going right now. He just keeps killing it in GCW. I love Ninja Mac. He's so awesome. I hope AEW signs him. Somebody sign him immediately. I've read stories recently where he said he's turned down multiple offers from big companies. He's thinking about retiring after he finished up his indie run this year. I hope he doesn't retire because he's such a good wrestler. Please, Tony Khan, if you can, if you see this, his video, anybody from AEW see this video, convert Ninja Mac time to AEW, give him whatever he wants, give him a big title push, put him at a tag team, give him his own faction, give him a big run, give him a nice singles run, give him an open challenge, uh, you know, Give him a really good undefeated streak in AEW. Do whatever you got to do to make him sign to AEW. Uh, he'd be so great in AEW. He's just such a great wrestler. Um, yeah. So great, another great Ninja Mac match. He always puts on great matches. He never had a bad match as I've been watching him over the last few months, watching him wrestle. So Ninja Mac got the win on a sunset flip on the Lee. Uh, so really good match. Next was the round two, Alex Colon of the tournament. Alex Colon against Charlie Evans. Alex Colon beat Charlie Evans in a really good competitive match. They beat the crowd each other, hitting each other with light tube and stuff, busted each other open. Alex Colon made a tap out with a camel clutch. Really good, fun match. I really liked it. Next, again, was another round two match of the NGI tournament, ultraviolet title match. Takeda versus Octagus Koga. Takeda beat Koga with an inverted super DDT with the light tubes. It was a really cool way to end the match. A really good death match. I really liked it. Takeda got the win and beat Atticus Koga. Yep. And then the final match was the final ultraviolet title match. Final match of the tournament for the ultraviolet title match. Alex Colon versus Masato Tanaka in an ultraviolet death match. And Alex Colon beat Takada in a camel clutch. So Takada made it all the way to the end of the tournament after he beat Koga. It was came down to Colon and Takeda for the final of the winner of the tournament and the title. And Alex Colon beat him. In a really good competitive match. Takeda put on another really good match. Cologne did put on another really good match. Just a great match, a great GCW show. I thought it was very good. I give it a 8.5 out of 10. Really good show. I really loved it. GCW put on another really good show. Alex Cologne is your ultraviolet champion. Yep, and the winner of the Nick Gage Invitational 6, Alex Cologne. So really good match, really great way to close out the show, really good main event. Just another really good GCW show. Give it an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. So that's all my event. Like I just said, the shows are really good this week. This past week, AEW killed it. I thought all the shows were good. Rampage and Dynamite, like I said, the full gear pay-per-view was great. I loved it. It's one of the best pay-per-views AEW's ever done, in my opinion. I thought it was very good. I loved it. AEW continues to kill it. The sign of Jay April was great. Fantastic. Can't wait to see him at AEW. GCW shows were great. They killed it. Yep. It's awesome. So that's all my review this week. Be back next week. Hope y'all, everybody liked it. If everybody's doing well, staying safe. Happy wrestling. See y'all. Bye.